Good afternoon, Tenzyme. Today we're talking about Qiagen Hybrid Capture HC2 high-risk HPV DNA test and Abbott RealTime high-risk HPV test.
Before moving to the test, we should have a short introduction about HPVs. Human papillomavirus is caused by DNA virus. This DNA virus contains a single molecule of double-stranded circular DNA, approximately 800 base pairs. These viruses are harmless but can cause cancers and genital wounds. It is contracted by skin-to-skin contact of genital area. These HPVs are classified into low risk and high risk according to their clinical association. The low risk HPVs are HPV6 and HPV11, which causes genital warts or hex disease. HPV16 and HPV18, which causes intraepithelial neoplasia, comes under high-risk HPVs. Among these, the most frequently identified HPVs are HPV16. Cervical screening. Cervical screening is a test of checking the sample of cells from cervix for certain type of HPVs. This test is from age of 25 to 64 among women and people with the cervix. The procedure of this test is that the nurse or the doctor will ask you to undress face down and lie with knees bent and apart. We need to cover the stomach and hips with a paper sheet or towel provided. Using speculum, they will open the vagina. The sample of cells is taken using a small, soft brush. The sample is put into a plastic container and sent to the laboratory for the test. No screening test is 100% effective. There are risks and benefits for this. The risk is that bleeding or infection may occur when removing abnormal cells. Benefits are it prevents the cervical cancer. When the screening is done, we may get a result of positive as well as negative. If it is a negative result, we are invited for screening again after only 3 or 5 weeks. If it is having a positive result, then we are required to have colposcopy. That means it is a close look of your cervix using a magnifying lens with a light, and is invited for a screening again in 12 months. How the cervical screening works. Molecular detection of HPV DNA or RNA is the main way of identification of HPVs. There are 3 categories of molecular assays for the identification of HPV that includes non-amplified hybridization assays such as southern transfer hybridization, dot plot hybridization, and in situ hybridization, as well as signified amplified hybridization assays include hybrid capture assays and target amplification assays such as PCR and in situ PCR. Reverse transcriptase PCR or nucleic acid sequence based amplification helps in the detection of presence of oncogenic activity and HPV E6 or E7. mRNA in cervical specimens. Oncogenic activity means it is causing the development of tumor. In NASBA assays, amplification of single-stranded nucleic acid or RNA equivalence takes place in a background of double-stranded DNA. It also uses microplate chemiluminescence for semi-quantitative detection of HPV DNA.
Current NHS methods. Since 2011, anyone from the age of 25 with a cervix is invited to come in for a swab test. The medical professional extracts cells from the cervix using a small brush using liquid-based cytology. The NHS labs currently use Logic, Vimprep, or BT short path. If samples come back negative, the procedure is repeated every 3 years until the age of 49. After 49, assuming the test is negative, the procedure is repeated every 5 years until the age of 64. If the test comes back positive, the patient will have a colposcopy. However, 10% of the Pap smear samples are classified as inadequate due to blood clots. If the coloscopy examination looks abnormal, further testing will be required. Cervix samples is tested by nucleic acid amplification and split into signal and target amplification assays targeting HPV. NHS controls. Laboratories must use HPV test that has been accepted by the NHS CSP. Laboratories may carry out internal quality assessment in real time before reporting results or anomalous samples before resubmitting for testing. This avoids potential anxiety in women concerned. Laboratories should include an internal quality control, positive and negative sample with each HPV batches of samples, every 24 hours per instrument and with new kit. This supports the inter-laboratory analyzer compatibility and acceptance testing. Laboratories must label internal quality control and HPV material with the date it was made up and the expiry date, which reflects the manufacturer's product and the HPV platforms. False negatives may occur when HPV infection or abnormal cells may be missed, or normal cells may turn cancerous between screening tests. False positives may occur when normal cells are incorrectly detected as abnormal. Genotype determination. HPV genotyping for HR, HPV 16 and 18 is provided by the NHS CSP HPV platforms alongside with HR, HPV positive results. HPV 16 or 18 results have been used to manage within a small number of laboratories participating in primary HPV screening pilots.
Are we talking about Qiagen Hybrid Capture 2 HC2 high-risk HPV DNA tests? So, it detects HPV outside of the body by using hybridization and signal amplification. First, the microplate heater warms the water bath at 65 degrees. Specimens are then removed and cooled to 25 degrees. Calibrators, controls, and specimens are placed on a test tube rack. Denaturation reagent and indicator dye are pipetted in all of the test tubes. The test tubes are vortexed and the buffer and probe are added. The supernatant is removed and pipetted into a hybridization plate. The detection reagent is added for signal amplification and incubated. This test detects 13 high-risk HPVs and 5 low-risk HPVs. Target DNA will combine with specific RNA probes, which creates DNA-RNA hybrids. These hybrids are bound to a solid phase that are covered in capture antibodies, which are specific to these hybrids. Specimen matrix is washed to remove inhibitors. This helps decrease the number of false negatives. During signal amplification, captured DNA-RNA hybrids are detected with multiple antibodies conjugated to alkaline phosphatase. The signal resulting from chemiluminescent reaction is read to give a positive or negative result with a high-risk HPV presence. Sensitivity of Qiagen HPV test is 94.7%. This is calculated by the number of true positives over the sum of true positives and true negatives. CI for sensitivity is 95%, which is a measurement of the confidence interval which indicates reliability of results. CI range is 84.3 to 97.7, and the detectable limit is 1.08 pg per milliliter of all 13 high-risk HPV types. Specificity, 87.7%, measured by true negatives over the sum of true negatives and false positives. This is comparably low and may cause misdiagnosis in those absent of HPV with a positive result. CI is also 95%, and the CI range is 57.7 to 64.4. Beta-globin DNA is used as the internal control for HPV tests for control of inhibition. HPV has a capsid protein made of L1 which differentiates between HPV strains. The way HPV infects the body is by entering microabrasions in the cervix lining after skin-to-skin contact of the genital area. They submerge into the basal cells which remain undifferentiated, and HPV takes over replication and the virus spreads through the cells and to the epithelial cells.
Are we talking about Abbott RealTime high-risk HPV test? Once cervical specimens are collected in the preserved site solution, hologic, the Abbott procedure is then performed on an M2000 RT real-time PCR, which is designed to identify 14 HPV genotypes, HPV 16, 18, 31, 33, 35, which is designed to identify 14 HPV genotypes, HPV 16, 18, 31, 33, 35, 39, 45, 51, 52, 56, 58, 59, 66, and 68. This is done by modified GP5 plus and 6 plus primer mix containing 3 forward and 2 reverse primers. The assay detects fluorescent probes using 4 channels. One for detected internal control, which is the human beta globin, another 2 for detected HPV 16 and 18, and last to detect other genotypes. One assay can be completed by up to 8 hours, depending on the method of DNA extraction. The method I researched was evaluated on 37 samples of previous HC2 false positive results. All 37 samples came back negative using Abbott RealTime assay. The assays have 4 channels, one for detecting human beta globin, which is the internal control, one for HPV 16, one for HPV 18, and one for detecting all the other HPV strains. Sensitivity is 98.2% and CI is 95%, and the CI range is 18.3 to 93.6. Specificity is 89.5%, and it is high due to the absence of cross-reactivity with the untargeted HPV genotypes that had resulted in HC2 false positive results. However, the broad spectrum of PCRs can show false negatives due to loss of L1. The CLI is 95% and the CI range is 90.4 to 94. Abbott RealTime HPV assay prime mixer is targeted for L1 region of HPV and internal control primer. Hence, the target is the human beta globin sequence. The test will run if the negative control shows CU5 signal channel and the positive control shows 4 signals for HPV and internal control. Urine samples and cervical swabs can be collected in DNA and cervical cells collected in the liquid cytology medium, although cervical swabs are stated to be more sensitive to detect.
In comparison between Abbott HPV test and Qiagen HC2 test, the sensitivity of RealTime is 98.2%, which is higher than the sensitivity of HC2, which is only 94.7%. The specificity of RealTime is also higher at 89.5%, while HC2 is only 87.7%. Overall, the analytical accuracy of RealTime is higher than HC2, and also the detection of CIN2 plus lesions are more reliable on RealTime than they are in the HC2 test.
Thank you very much for listening. I hope you find this information useful.